Given the increasing impact and frequency of cyber attacks that we hear about in the news, especially since the pandemic, cybersecurity is top of mind for most all businesses these days. To lower a company's risk, one of the key drivers is cultivating a security-first, cyber-aware company culture. Now, building this cyber awareness across an entire business at all levels can be the difference between your organization avoiding, or at least dramatically reducing the impact of, a security incident. So how do you get team members on board with the security-first mindset? How do you create a proactive cyber culture in your organization? We're going to break this down in today's video. I'm Rob Schenk, and I'm a partner here at Intelligent Technical Solutions. Now, as a security-first managed services provider, we're well-versed in all the latest cybersecurity tools and technologies out there. Now, beyond that, though, we work diligently on helping businesses cultivate and ingrain a cyber-aware mindset to protect and reduce impact of cyber incidents. Now, to help reduce the risk of a devastating cyber attack, many companies have increased their spending on cybersecurity. Now, while tools are a critical component of a company's cyber protections, there is also a people component at work here. So let's dive in and talk about that. In today's video, we're going to cover: what does a cyber-aware culture look like? Why is cyber-aware culture important? And how can leaders cultivate a cyber-aware mindset and culture across the organization? What does a cyber-aware culture look like? Well, a cyber risk-aware culture encourages and challenges team members to think cyber first, especially when the unexpected occurs. Instead of first thinking that a mysterious event is simply an anomaly, or maybe hoping that it doesn't happen again, team members in a cyber risk-aware culture, they're more likely to report and escalate unknown events. If you see something, say something. A cyber risk-aware culture is cultivated when a company's values and the behaviors of its leaders and team members coalesce to actively support the company's cyber risk strategy. A cyber-aware culture is when team members understand the security threats relevant to their role, and they do what they can to lower a company's overall cyber risk. Team members are motivated to make things better, and they understand why cybersecurity is important, and they see themselves as part of the solution. Why is a cyber-aware culture important? Let's face it, many organizations have not yet cultivated an organizational culture that reinforces and supports their cyber risk management investments. If cyber risk values and behaviors are not completely baked into an organization's culture, employees may not be aware of or support their organization's security protections and policies. Now, instead, they can become part of the problem, and this can create unexpected openings and opportunities for bad actors to exploit. Now, without a cultural focus on cyber risk, some employees will do what they always have done to get the job done quickly. This can result in workarounds or perhaps even avoiding safeguards altogether, which can put the larger organization at much more serious risk. In fact, according to a Verizon cybersecurity report, the human component was involved in more than 85% of data breaches. Having a formal cybersecurity training program in place will go a long way to helping members respond better to cyber attacks and prevent future errors. And how can leaders cultivate a cyber-aware mindset and culture across the organization? Creating a cyber-aware culture can be challenging, so let's review ways to make this journey result in a much more positive outcome. There's some challenges that can make this process harder. There may be, for example, a lack of adequate budget. Maybe lack of executive buy-in is going to slow things down considerably. Team members may resist change, or they may not see how improving security impacts their role. Let's talk about an overview of 5 key best practices that will help company leaders create an organizational-wide cybersecurity culture. First off, number 1, you got to start with leadership and make security relatable. The first step to successfully creating a company-wide security culture starts at the top with executive buy-in. It's critical that leaders understand and align with that business strategy, and they identify the risks associated with that strategy, and then they communicate those risks in business terms. Being able to explain this in relatable terms can move the needle forward. Make it human-centric. A human-centric security program is more than just requiring cybersecurity awareness training for each employee. Truly considering your people by understanding their behaviors, their challenges, and then figuring out what needs to be changed and then implementing it is a big component for creating that cybersecurity initiative for each stakeholder at community. Make security awareness training fun and rewarding. Building a cybersecurity culture takes a village. Making cybersecurity awareness training fun and rewarding is really important to success. We've seen a lot of success with clients who have gamified the process, leveraging badges, awards, team lunch and learns, gift card rewards for spotting phishing emails. It's also important for the culture to be collaborative and positive and to steer people away from a culture of blaming and fear. Invest in the right security tools. Having the right security tools is an important part of a layered defense, but it's not the end-all be-all for preventing all security events. Having a well-thought-out and layered security strategy and then coupling that with the human aspect of cybersecurity is going to pay dividends. Working with a security-minded IT partner, investing in MDR, which is called Managed Detection and Response, and other layered security technologies can empower IT teams to focus on threats that matter and lower overall noise. However, it's important to remember that as technology evolves and cybersecurity attacks increase, recruiting diverse teams is also equally important. Have an incident response plan and conduct tabletop exercises. We live in a world now where security incidents are going to happen. It's not really a matter of if, but when. The key is to minimize the impact, and you can minimize the impact with a written incident response plan, which is going to enable a cyber resilience response, which is going to minimize the impact, and it's going to help a company recover from an event as quickly as possible. We also encourage organizations to simulate a breach event through scenario planning and tabletop exercises. You don't want the first time you've thought about this to be during an actual cyber attack. You want to prepare well ahead of time. Now that you know how to cultivate a cyber-aware culture in your business, be sure that you have a written incident response plan in place in case something slips through the cracks. Download our free ebook, Creating an Incident Response Playbook, to learn more. Thank you for watching this video. Here at ITS, we help businesses thrive by managing their technology.